32 past the hour. Joining us now, editor-in-chief of Glamour Magazine, Cindy Levy. Also with us, Republican Congresswoman Mimi Walters of California. She's the liaison between freshman members of the House and the party leadership, and a mother of four. And there's really no difference between those two roles. Makes you better, though. It's great to have you on. First of all, who do you like on the Republican field so far? Well, I know you haven't endorsed anyone yet.
No, I'm still watching.
Couple of names?
We have a lot of good candidates, and I'm just sort of watching the process to see how it all works out.
Okay, so there's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 even that stand out to you?
I'm just watching.
You're not going there.
I'm a good politician. I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, then what do you think the most pressing issue facing lawmakers on Capitol Hill that they're not attacking that they should be?
Well, currently what we are working on is Trade Promotion Authority, and that issue we expect to take up by the end of the month. And what Trade Promotion Authority, or known as TPA, is, it's really the framework of giving the president the opportunity to negotiate trade agreements with other countries. And it's very, very important that we pass this piece of legislation. It's bipartisan. 1 in 5 jobs in America are created because of free trade. 95% of consumers are outside of the United States, and if America doesn't take the lead on trade, China's going to. And I want America to set the standards and take the lead. Okay.
Glamour Magazine has been putting more and more politics into the issues. I love it. And you look at different angles on it. I'm in Step Into Her Office. That's like a regular.
It is. It's a column that I do every month, interviewing women with great, interesting jobs about their career strategies.
I'm very impressed. Thank you for doing that. But we're also looking at whether or not women's magazines, Cindy, lean left. And a recent Politico story claimed that Republicans are worried that women's magazines are all in the tank for Hillary Clinton. It's kind of a good story. It's sort of the Barack Obama story, where everyone was accused of being in the tank for him. Some might have been. The other part of the problem is it was a really good story. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think this is overblown. I mean, listen, if Republicans are concerned that women's magazines are in the tank for Hillary and they want to come into our pages to tell their stories to our millions and millions of readers, then that's fantastic and that's great and that's exactly what they should be doing. But I think it's a misconception, at least at Glamour. I mean, yes, we've covered Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton because over the last 7 years, they have been the 2 most prominent women in the political sphere. That having been said, we've also covered Kathy McMorris Rodgers, Elise Stefanik, you know, these incredible Republican women who are really taking the stage in Congress, and you are one of them. I think what's interesting is that if you look at young women's beliefs, right now, yes, they are aligning themselves slightly more statistically with the Democrat Party. They are also more likely to vote, so both parties should be courting them rather assiduously. But additionally, more of them are just likely to identify as independent. They're not that engaged in Washington or in the political system and in, you know, putting on that Democrat or Republican badge right now. So they are there to be courted and approached, and I think any politician of either party would be really smart to share where he or she stands on their issues.
And maybe, I mean, the bottom line is there aren't as many of you, Republican women.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers are far higher on the Democratic side.
Yeah, much higher percent of Democrats in Congress are female than Republicans.
Yeah, we have to do a better job of getting more Republicans, women elected. And I look at it as somebody who is a member of Congress who's the only female out of the Republican delegation from California, that it's my job to help mentor other women and bring them up through the ranks. That is something that we have to do a much better job on the Republican side.
How many kids? You have 4 kids?
I do. I have 2 girls, 2 boys.
What are their ages?
The oldest is 23 and the youngest is 19. I had them very close together. No twins.
And your district is not exactly a commuter-friendly district.
Yeah. Well, it's Orange County. It's
How do you handle that?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, my children are in college now. I've got 3 in college, and my oldest just graduated. So this actually comes at a really good time for me because I spend a lot of time on the East Coast, and I actually have all 3 kids are on the East Coast in college.
Oh, cool.
So
California Republican, you're responsible for rebuilding the party in a state that's 1 of every 7 Americans lives there, right?
Yeah.
So what are the hallmarks, the building blocks of bringing California Republican Party back?
We have to have a strong state party first of all, and what we've done is we've brought in a new party chairman, and we're starting to build from the grassroots level, and we're getting involved in the local races. Most people don't know this, but there are more Republicans elected at the local level in California than there are Democrats. We have a great bench that we can start with. We just need to get them to that next level.
Okay, Congresswoman Mimi Walters, thank you very much for being on the show. Cindy, stay with us. I loved stepping into your office. It's